Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's the last day of October. Happy Halloween! Time to do the last Inktober prompt, which is slice. Yesterday, one of my viewers, one of my high school buddies, said that I should draw Goku and Vegeta fighting over the last slice of pie. So, I couldn't think of anything better, and why not? I love Dragonball Z. I haven't watched any of the new stuff yet, though. Anyway, I got all my reference images ready, and I've been sort of visualizing it since yesterday, so I'm pretty much ready to start this, drawing this concept. Let me fix my monitor. Wasn't facing me enough. I just want to get my pencil nice and sharp. I'm gonna take it easy today. I'm not trying to get this done in a certain amount of time. I'm just gonna stream until it's done. And I'm gonna let myself use whatever supplies that I decide would be appropriate. Since the last day, I want to have sort of a celebration. So, I guess I should start with the pie. Draw a circle, an oval, an ellipse. The pie pan. I had imagined it being like a slice of pie on a plate. Then I started thinking that doesn't necessarily convey the idea of the last slice of pie. But if I draw a pie pan, and draw the pie in the pie pan, then that should bring the idea forward more, the complete idea. The last slice of pie. I gotta get this 3D effect. Of course, when I think pie, like many Americans, I think pumpkin pie, especially this time of year. So I'm drawing a pumpkin pie. And let's see, let's draw some crust. Usually this like bumpy, wavy thing for the crust. And the pie pan itself has a rim, and that's where the crust rests. So here's the outside rim of that pie pan. And then on the back, I need to draw the inside rim. I'm not trying to hurry, but I'm also not trying to spend a million hours on this. I've been working on my class schedule, getting all my classes lined up for spring semester, my first semester back to university in several years. So I'd like to go back to working on that. I was having a struggle because there's so many good classes and relevant classes that I wanted to take, but in the end I ended up with 20 credits, and although I was up to the challenge, I decided to do a little Googling just to see what other people say about taking that many credits. And a big thing that I stumbled across was some universities actually don't allow you to take that many credits. You have to get a special permission or something. So I was like, uh-oh, I should look up what Boise State's policy is. And although they would allow me to take 20 credits, they charge an extra $200 and something for every credit over 16. So the 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th credit would all be an extra, well, it would almost be $1,000 total. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. No matter how much I want to, I can't do that. So I was like brainstorming what to do, what classes to drop. There's this project that I really want to be a part of that's just perfect for my degree, what I'm trying to achieve by going back to school, which is learn everything I can about publishing books, and especially illustrated books, writing books. I want to write and illustrate my own books and have them published by some big time publisher, maybe Scholastic or Penguin, you know, those big names. But I know I've got to, there's a lot I need to learn, and this book project is just the perfect fit because it's the project itself. The main goal is to get more books into the hands and the homes, particularly of both, I don't want to say low income, and we have a lot of refugees here, so also refugee children, because reading is extremely important. And I mean, I experienced this firsthand. It was always so awkward in school when we had to read out loud, and there was always that kid or two who couldn't read at this, like, I remember one kid in 6th grade couldn't read at all, and it was so hard to sit and listen to him read out loud because he was like a little kid trying to sound out each word, and you know, it took many, many times the length of time for him to read the same amount as everybody else. And so this program is aiming to help prevent that or lessen that by getting books to kids while they're still young enough that it's easy to learn. Because actually, the earlier you get started learning a language, whether it's your first language or it's your second language or whatever, the younger you are, the easier it is. So with reading, it's the same deal. So yeah, this program is a perfect fit for my degrees, especially now that I've got the permission number to get in, and the instructor explained that you can take either 1 or 2 credits, and the reason why is there's extra research for the 2 credit class. So I'm like, oh yes, that's what I want, because researching books would be helpful too for me personally as well, not just to the program, because I could learn more about books that are illustrated. So I don't necessarily want to write children's books, but I do want to create books that are fully illustrated. It doesn't have to be a picture book, but I'd love to have like a full illustration before every chapter, or make a poetry book with a full illustration for each poem. So being able to research books that are illustrated would be really useful for me. But in order to fit that in and also get under that 16 credit limit without having to pay extra, having to drop another class that I thought would be super useful, which was what is it called? It's like social media. I can't remember the name of it. It's like how to do good engaging social media. It's like creating engaging, no, it doesn't use the word engaging. Anyway, I had to drop that one. Hopefully they'll still offer it in the summer. And then I'm also going to, not drop because I'm not registered yet, but they're all in my little class shopping cart. So I'm also going to remove my photography class, and hopefully they offer that one in the summer as well. think I've got this pie pretty good. Drew these little lines to show like where cuts were made, and there's like crumbs left over, goop left over, because you know when you cut a pie then it always makes that goop on the pan. I just wanted to be kind of realistic, I guess. Little realistic details. This is also going to be my last Inktober for the next couple years. Carleta, hello! Last day of Inktober, yay! And it's Halloween! I forgot. I woke up and I was like, it just didn't even cross my mind until later in the day. But now I've got my Halloween socks on, and I've got my Halloween Nightmare Before Christmas shirt. I'm ready for Halloween. You have any Halloween plans? Gonna give out candy? You're gonna go to a party or anything? I'm just gonna give out candy, and I invited friends over to play board and card games upstairs. We don't have, I guess we have a TV in the kitchen, but I thought it would be fun. Our dining room table, we have a kitchen table and a dining room table. The dining room table has this like protective cover thing that goes on top of the table but under the tablecloth. And you can flip it over, and it's got that like green velvet that's for gaming tables and pool tables and stuff. We haven't used it since we've moved, since we got the table, and I thought it would be a really good opportunity since we need to stay upstairs to hand out the candy. We could play all these board games that always sit around and hand out candy. It was always my goal, once I realized that I would be handing out candy someday, that I would be the cool house that hands out good candy. So I always hand out a good like mini chocolate variety, and I always give them like a little handful, not just one. Okay, so I've got a pie drawn. Maybe I should have drawn the pie over here, but I'm not redrawing it. Let's see. Aw, you live too rural to attract any trick-or-treaters. Oh, online launch party for a business you do. That's interesting. Can you tell me more about that? I don't know what that entails. What's an online launch party? You have people like lined up to stream, or how's that work? That sounds really interesting. Online launch party. And it's for a business too. Well, let's see. I don't know how big a pie pan. Should have brought a pie pan for reference. Maybe like this big. Okay, and she's holding it here. Wouldn't really be able to see the other fingers, but you'd see the thumb. Okay. This thumb bit. Wait. Hold on a second. I wish I could turn my hands around. Let me think. Yeah, his thumb wouldn't be facing this way. Needs to be facing the other way. Kept imagining them grabbing it like this, but that doesn't make sense. Because if they're going to be on this side, it's going to be the other hand. Guess you would see the thumb, but it needs to go. It needs to be more towards the outside. And I'm looking at my hand, that's why I'm doing this. In case it looks kind of strange on the camera. First section, second section, the third section, and then the major part of the hand will come around. There's this part, and then there's that like middle bone part, but it would curve under the pie pan, you'd be grabbing it like this. I didn't have time to make myself a pose reference for this. So hopefully this looks convincing enough when I'm done. Knuckle, another knuckle. There, and I don't think you could see the rest of the hand. This needs to come out like this. Oh, that's cool. Senagenza? I don't know how to pronounce it, but makeup, skincare, hair care. Interesting. Okay, so it's kind of along the lines of like Scentsy, or what's that other one I went to a little party for one recently. It's the most Mary Kay. I really love the Mary Kay eye makeup remover. It's the best eye makeup remover I've used so far. Even I had been using Bare Minerals and it just wasn't doing the job, because when I put makeup on, I put it on. I like to have fun with my makeup. That's cool. So since you're launching her business tonight, oh, sounds like Senagents. Senagents. Oh, okay. I get it. So you're on Facebook, and I imagine she'll be on there too. Should you play games and stuff? Did you like create an event on Facebook and then invite people to come with you and like sign up for the event so that they can see your live demonstration? So you stream that? You stream the live demonstration and stuff? Interested to know what a launch party for something like this is like. I've had people tell me they think I'd be good at something like that, but I know I wouldn't have the patience for it. Okay, I gotta redraw this. Needs to be like this. Sorry, Pie Pan. Keep erasing you away. I'll get this eventually. Ooh, I know. I'm gonna search real quick for a reference image of someone just holding a pie. Holding pie. Holding a pie. Aha, here we go. What the heck? The fourth result is a lady flipping you off while she's looking at you, smiling, but flipping you off while holding a pie. What the heck? What the heck, man? Okay, maybe I need to get a little more specific. Oh wait, here's one kind of from the side. Oh, it's on a plate, but okay. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, coming back to my Twitch chat tab. Oh, sure, yeah. You can post a link. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it tonight, but I can at least... So it's like a Facebook event, so I can at least add it to my calendar. I always have such a hard time watching anybody else's streams. Even on, I think last Sunday. Yes, it was last Sunday. Jeff was streaming, and I was like, oh, he's streaming on Sunday, I could watch it. I couldn't because I was so sick after my 10K run that I was just like curled up in bed for a few hours because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move because it just felt awful. So disappointing. But who knows? I'm taking tomorrow and the next day off. See how things go. What I mean by that is I'm gonna be staying up later than usual. It is a school night, but it'll probably be older kids trick-or-treating. I'm not one of those people that's like, aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? I got that once and I stopped trick-or-treating after that. It was like ruined my Halloween, and it wasn't fun anymore. Thanks a lot, old person. I never want to be like that. I don't care if adults come to my house. If you come to my house and you say trick-or-treat and you have something for me to put candy in, I give you your candy. It's been hard not to eat up all the Halloween candy. I've had it for a while. Because I got it thinking I could have some for the Harry Potter marathon that I hosted. And we did. And we ate quite a bit of it. So I'm like, we definitely can't eat anymore. It's got to be for the trick-or-treaters. This isn't right either. That's gonna keep sketching and erasing, I guess, until I'm happy. Maybe I shouldn't even be able to see the thumb at all. If he's like really grabbing it, like he really wants the pie. At least once I get this hand figured out, the other one I just have to draw a mirror image. Oh, Jeff was streaming work on Sunday. I wonder what he streamed for work. Aw, now I'm even more disappointed that I missed it. I think I've been able to catch 2 or 3 of his streams since I met him earlier this year through Twitch. And that cosplayer who I really want her to, if I can save up the money, create me a Carleta cosplay. I've watched, I think, 2 of her streams. And then I just added Boise State's Esports League. They're on Twitch too. But I wasn't able to watch their stream that they started last night. I wish that the esports would have Splatoon. That's the game that's the multiplayer game I'm really good at. I've never tried any of the other ones, so even though it sounds fun to try out for the team and stuff, I don't have any experience, so I don't think it would be worth my time or their time for me to try out. Okay, built the pie pan back up. Now let's try to put this freaking hand on here. What? How can I? He needs to look like he's really holding on to it. Oh, yeah, Facebook group. Sweet, I'll click it and get it open in another tab. Oh, something I haven't mentioned yet today is my brother upgraded us to way higher speed internet with a different company. And so I turned up my bitrate, and hopefully the stream is going well. There wasn't too much difference with I did the auto configuration wizard on OBS to see what it recommended with my new internet upload and download. Didn't want anything too different, but it did recommend a much higher bitrate, so I put that up. It was at 1500 and I put it up to 2500. All the rest I kept the same, like my screen size and everything. He was doing circuits and resistance charts for his students. Interesting. That's cool. I wonder if he's working in sort of like engineering. Okay, I'm gonna get this, man. I'm gonna get this. He's gripping the pie pan. Ah! That's what you'd do. You'd hold it like this if you were gripping it and trying to pull it from someone else. Yay. Okay, so this is the shape. So thumb on the side. This would be on the top, then the bottom part would be in, grabbing as hard as possible. I really hope this works out. And then, so angle, angle, angle. Then it angles down to the wrist. And then it curves around from this part of the thumb. Okay. And this would be curving around the pie pan. His fingers. And this one will be sort of underneath already. So the hand will be curving. It's like curving like this. Let's see. This isn't enough of a curve. There's this angle, and then there's this angle. Figuring this out without a reference image is a lot harder than I thought. I should have known. It's always been hard for me to do stuff without reference images. Oh good. I'm glad the stream has been great for you. Yay! "9 p.m. Central. I think that's 10 p.m. tonight. We'll see. I'll see if I can make it. It'd be cool just to see what it is. I always love. Did you say it had? It was. Let me see. Makeup. Yep. I love makeup. I just spent a whole bunch on Ulta, though it was my Ulta rewards points, so it wasn't too bad. I only actually spent $20 because I had all my rewards points from like the last year or two, and then I had an awesome 20% off coupon. So about a eye palette. It's all rainbow. I've just been so happy to use it. And I'm gonna try to do my Halloween makeup after this. A hand holding a pie plate. Well, sort of. What I'm trying to do is have two people holding it, but they're like fighting over it. So I need it needs to be like gripping it, you know, like they're trying to pull it from one another. So it's kind of hard. Maybe I should just go get a pie plate. I have one. I think I'm gonna do that. And then I can actually see what the hand, like I can imagine what shape it should be, but it'll be a lot easier if I'm actually holding it. So, hold on a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, here's one of my mini pie plates. Like I thought, it's not the same. You might be able to do that for me? You have pie? What kind of pie do you have? Ah, I want pie. Ugh. Well, if you think you could take a reference image that's kind of like, so you can see the pie pan that I drew without reference. So it needs to sort of be like this, and then I just want like two people, but it needs to, I don't know how to explain it. I need the hands to be like this because the people are going to be on this side. So it's like, it needs to be this hand. That's why I'm having such a hard time, because, you know, I'm actually on this side. It's really hard for me to see how it should be. If someone was pulling like this. Well, if it's too hard, don't worry about it. I'll keep trying to... At least this is a clear pen, so I can really see how it would be. So they'd have like... Let's see, if I was pulling this from someone. Yeah, I'd have my thumb all the way in like that. Ah! That's how it should go. That's why I haven't been able to get this right. So the thumb should be so far in. You can't even really see it, because I don't want this pen to be clear. I don't want to have to draw stuff through it. I don't have to deal with that. So, yeah, the second thumb knuckle needs to be right on top. If you were really trying to pull it away, you'd stuff it into this part of your hand to really get a good grip on it. This is why I'm always more pleased with my work that I do, where I spend time researching and practicing drawing the different elements. Stuff that I have to draw just within one day is always so much harder. I've never drawn this before. I've never drawn a hand trying to pull a pie pan away from someone else. So let's see. I'm trying to get this upside down. Ooh, let's see. Sarah, welcome. I'm trying to draw. So Carleta has been patiently watching me draw and redraw for like 20 minutes. This hand holding this pie pan, because I'm gonna do Jeremy's suggestion for today's prompt, which is slice. He said I should draw Vegeta and Goku fighting over the last slice of pie. So eventually I got this out just like a couple minutes ago. Went upstairs and got this so I could try and see what it looks like. Let's see. Carleta, so sweet, got me a reference image to try and use. Let's see if I can get it to open. Open in a new tab. Close this one. Oh, hey, that's perfect. Oh, yay. Yay, you're the best. Thank you. Sweet. Yeah, like try and grip it just like I was trying to do, but my hands need to be reversed in order to really see. But yes, and the one on the right is especially helpful, because that's exactly how I need to draw it. Because Vegeta and Goku are these big buff guys, so they're gonna be grabbing it like with all their might, trying to what am I saying? Trying to get the pie. I haven't even gotten to the actual characters yet. I'm just trying to draw these hands. I knew it would be a little more difficult though. That's why I decided to not worry about my... Let's see. I want to open this in a new window. Move to a new window. This reference image, this awesome reference image. so I can see it while also seeing the chat. Sweet. Now I can see chat. Woo, you guys chatted a lot. Let me see. I mean, not that much, but I'm going to read back a little bit. Goku would eat it too fast. There wouldn't be a fight. Yeah, the fight would happen after Goku ate all the pie. Also, another thing that's not realistic to the DBZ universe is Goku would just eat the whole pie as like one big thing, you know? He'd stick it in his mouth as a huge, and his cheeks would go up like that. Ah, well, I'll just pretend that this is possible, DBZ universe. Let's see now. So hand curves under. So it would be gripping it hard. And this part actually comes above the rim a little bit. And then quickly the fingers go underneath. Start curving underneath the pan. One, two, 1, 2. And what? This? Ah, I see. Then it needs to go this way. Oh, have a good dog walk. Ah, you should take a picture. You should take your picture with your dog outside and the nice autumn leaves and stuff. That would be cute. You can post it on Twitter. Let's draw this part of the thumb even more, covering the rim of the pie pan. I didn't see that. He would eat the pan too. Spit it out later. Yeah. Goku. Vegeta was always my favorite. Still my favorite. Bulk of the hand. Let's see, then it's curving underneath, so actually this might be it. Oops, I hit my water bowl from watercoloring. I still haven't emptied the water out. I always do that. I'm always so tired by the end of the day. I neglect to clean up. There we go, there we go. Maybe the fingers need to go down a little bit more. Misty is a good girl. She deserves walkies. Of course she does. Okay. There we go. Aha! There we go. I'm a lot more happy with that. Yay! Yay! Okay, I'm going to put this finger down a little bit. It's so hard. You have to imagine in 3D. You're drawing it in 2D, but you have to imagine it in 3D. It's always a little troublesome for me. because even though I'm not drawing it, this pan is supposed to be 3D, so this hand is curving underneath, so you can't see it anymore from this angle. That's one thing you'd like about having a dog. You think you'd go for more walks. I thought that at first when I got a dog, but then I just felt guilty because I didn't walk him as much as I wanted to. Eventually I started walking him more often, but I guess I expected him to encourage me to get up every day and we'll go on a walk every morning and everything, and that just, even now, that doesn't work. It doesn't really work with my life. But if you are already going on walks, I think that having a dog would get you to walk more often or walk for longer or something like that. Because that's when I really started walking my dogs, is when I started doing other fitness stuff just for my own health. And then I was like, oh, may as well walk the dogs too. And I would walk them like every day after work for a while until it got really snowy, and then I'm not gonna walk them in that. That's too rough on their little paws. Sweet. Yay. I'm happy with this hand. I'm going to leave it as is and do the other one. 2 hands. That's 2 hands. Ha ha ha. Yay. So let's do the same thing. Thumb. I need to make sure it's not too close to the pie. There's the second thumb joint, and the thumb sort of sinks into the pan to grip it. And the flesh of the thumb overlaps the edge of the pie pan. You would likely be the same way. I do love having a dog, but I've realized now, I had 2 dogs for a long time, and I realized that even though I'm a really active person normally, now, after years of working towards that goal, 2 dogs is way more than I can do in order to give them the proper kind of care that I would feel they deserve. Because when I had 2 dogs, walking them both at the same time was so tough. I guess if you had 2 really mild-mannered dogs, then it wouldn't be so tough, but one of them was really he was really protective. So if there was any other dog being walked, he'd want to get them. And like I was able to, so one of my dogs has passed away and the other one is still with us. And I was able to control them when that happened. Like if a cat ran across the street, or if there was another dog being walked or something like that, I could control them. But it made the walks not very fun for me, and I want to walk in order to relax too, not just to get exercise. Because going out and just being out in the open air is such a good... I actually have that as a goal right now, to go just step outside for 15 minutes a day just to clear my head, get some fresh air. So when I was walking 2 dogs, it was kind of like, oh, it was stressful from beginning to end. I'm like, oh, at least we're done. I don't want my walks to be a source of stress. I want them to relieve the stress. My 1 Shiba Inu is enough. And he's technically a senior, though you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it by his energy level. He's enough. Let's see. This one. I think I'm getting this. It's not quite as easy as I thought to just mirror the other hand. But I think I'm getting there. Just need this big part, this part of the thumb. I guess you call that the butt of your hand. Carleta, are you on lunch again today, right now? I'm just wondering, since you're going to be doing that party tonight, it's kind of late. I hope you won't be too tired. I'm always so tired all the time, and like tired in the middle of the day, and then it's bedtime, and I'm like, oh, I'm not tired anymore, I guess. I feel like working again. It's troublesome. Trying to build a good sleep routine because I'm really going to need it for school in the spring in order to handle all the classes. Okay, so I'm going to move up a little bit. Pretty close. Pretty close to what I want. Oh, okay. You're having a later lunch today. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're relaxing. Work running later usually means something stressful happened. I don't know if that's the case for you, but I know that was the case for me when I worked sort of like an hourly type job. All those hourly jobs I did for 14 years. Okay, I still don't like the tip of this finger. I want it closer to the pipette. There we go. It's a bit better. Yay! Okay, I don't want to take forever on these hands. However they are now is how they're gonna be. But now I've got to build their arms and everything. So these circles are for wrists. Oh, I know how that feels. You usually schedule posts in advance. Time has not been on our side. Well, I hope you're able to do it. If nothing else, it should be... I'll bet you will be able to do it, even if it's all last minute. That's what happens with me. That's what got started late with today's stream. I was just like, oh, I just have to go with it. This is just how it's gonna be. Got started like half an hour late. It's really hard to do more than one thing in a day. Like, if I could somehow make like a full paycheck off of just streaming on Twitch or something, then I wouldn't do anything else, because it's really hard to do all this stuff for Twitch, and then after that I need to do all this other stuff for all the other things that I'm doing. But that's what it is to build your own career. So I think it's kind of similar. I'd assume it's kind of similar with the, what was it called again? Let's scroll up. Senagents. The Senagents program. I don't know, would you call it a program? Business? Senagents. Now that I've learned of that, I'm probably going to start seeing it everywhere. That's always what happens. Okay. Let's see. And then their arms. This is supposed to be a little perspective. It's like the arms are coming in. I was going to make their faces like jammed together like grr. You give pie. Grr. These are DBZ characters, so I have to give them huge muscles. I gotta remember that. So this is their shoulder. Let's see. I guess I should have drawn this a little lower, but it's too late now. There's no way I'm redrawing this. I guess their faces, the circles indicating their faces should be intersecting. If I'm gonna have them like cheek to cheek growling at each other over pie, like a couple of dogs. Oh, lip sense. I've heard of that. Lip sense. Okay, I have heard of it then. Cool. Now I'm even more interested to see what your launch party will be like. So I've heard of it, but I haven't actually seen anything from it. I don't even remember where I've heard of it. I think maybe some Facebook friends or something. So let's see. Here's this big shoulder muscle. Here's his big shoulder muscle. Trying to get their faces. Just gonna put like a straight line where they're smushing their faces together. Oh, lip sense is what called you in. Did you try the lip sense first, like you were a fan of the product and then you decided to go ahead and get involved with selling it yourself? I don't have an anatomy reference for huge muscular guys, so I'm just gonna have to, guess I can use the anime references to see how their muscles look. That's hard. Vegeta's clothes are so dark I can't. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so huge biceps. At least ever since I've gotten in really good shape, I've seen more of my own muscles, and so it makes anatomy a lot easier for me. Musculature, at least. Like I've got biceps that I can see now. Not huge ones like this though. I think I should draw their faces so I can then build the rest of the body around the faces. Let's see. Oh man, I used to draw DBZ all the time. That used to be the only thing I drew like in junior high school. This is bringing back memories. Shape of this eye shape is so... I've drawn it countless times. Okay, I'm gonna have Goku looking at the pie. I think I'll have Vegeta looking at Goku. There we go. Ah, I like it. I like this deranged kind of look. Grr. Needs to have a grr face. Oh, interesting. Went to a party, ordered some to try, and loved it. Free product sign-up bonus. You signed up and started to work it as a side business. Cool. How long have you been doing it for? Have you just started? Like, if you're doing a launch party for someone else, I feel like you're probably pretty experienced. Oh, and thank you for saying my drawing is looking great. It's been giving me so much trouble. I'm glad it's turning out. This is an interesting concept. It's actually been a while since I've drawn not just a character, but a scene that someone else has recommended. Okay, I'm getting amused. I'm getting amused by my own drawing again. Goku. I really need to watch the new series. Especially because there's a new movie coming out. Oh, this one isn't going up high enough. Oh, in February. Oh, February is when I started doing Twitch streaming, so it's almost like we both started a new thing at the same time. So is this your first launch party then? Other than your own, I don't know if someone held one for you. That would have been nice if someone held one for you to help you get started. Trying to give him a little bit of a chin, but guess this needs to be at a bigger angle, a tighter angle. There we go, that's a little better. That's a little better. Just a little better. Okay. Now, his eyes probably closed here because he's all jamming his face up against Vegeta. And Vegeta's face should be like this, and then got these super strong jaw lines. These characters. So let me Vegeta's face come down here so it matches this line right there. Ah, I see what I'm doing wrong. Chin needs to go forward. Oh, okay. It is your first launch party. Well, that's fun. That's a new, different thing. I mean, I'm sure it's stressful too, but I think it's so fun to just do new stuff. Launch party. I wonder how similar it is to... I know that what I'm going to have to do at the end of my degree in 2 years is help organize a graduating students' art show. I know because my sister did the same program already. She had to organize an art show. So I wonder if it's the same kind of... Maybe it wouldn't be exactly the same because the art show is in person, but feels like there would be some things similar. But of course I've never done one, so I'm just imagining it. Okay, Vegeta. Make his eye all squinty down too. He's gonna be looking at Goku like, what the heck, Goku? You give pie. Still not confident with my anime style noses. Guess that'll do though. This is supposed to be Inktober and I'm still doing the sketch, so I wanna hurry it up a little bit. Grr face. Okay, I like it. I like it. Now I gotta give them their iconic hair. Vegeta looks a bit young though. Whatever, I'll leave it. Spending too much time on sketch. That would be fun. Yeah, I hope it's fun. I enjoyed going to my sister's art show, and I have one on my calendar later this week for there's a graduate students art show happening. Of course, the art shows last longer than the opening reception, but that's when it's really fun. They always have the artists themselves are there, and they usually have at least free like coffee and cream and stuff, but usually they have like little hors d'oeuvres and everything. I've gone to an art show first Thursday downtown here and they had free wine. Like, oh yeah. But it was a proper like money-making gallery. It wasn't just students, it was profitable artists, so they could afford to give away free wine, I guess, to the people who showed up. And it is totally a ploy. It is totally a ploy to get people to show up. That's why they give away free food at art shows. Because you never know. Someone might come in and they have no intention of doing anything but having some free food, but usually there's a little bit of, I should at least look at the art since I'm here, and then they might see something they really love and artist-client relationship is born. I'm gonna redraw his nose. Something about it I don't like. Oh, that's better. I think it was sticking out too far. It's mine. No, it's mine. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going for. Yay! Well, that's cool. Your town recently remodeled a store into a gallery. Yeah, you should check it out. See if they have a Facebook page or something, because like all the student galleries at my university and the galleries, the commercial galleries locally here have Facebook pages, and they always make events, and the events always have, it'll tell you what the theme of the show is and what the artists are going to be there. Of course, it has the times that they'll be open, and they'll always mention if there's free goodies to eat while you're there exploring the art. And even if you don't go to events, usually galleries have just open hours and you can just go in and see what it's like. That would be really cool if you went in and saw I have a little mark on my table. I went in and saw what kind of artists are in there right now. We have lots of art galleries downtown here, but I don't live downtown, so I don't explore them very often. Guess I'll get more of a chance once I start going back to school, because school is, I consider it downtown. Okay, super buff guys fighting over pie. Vegeta's huge buff muscles. Huge giant buff muscles. Of course, I'm gonna put their outfits on them too, but it's easier to just do the anatomy first and then put the clothes on and erase away. Oh right, they have huge buff necks too. I haven't drawn anything from this show in so long. Facebook and its notifications. I get that. What I've done, because I can't rely on Facebook, is you can, I don't remember how to do it. It's a little bit complicated, but if you use Google Calendar, you can import your Facebook calendar so that it just automatically shows up. It usually takes a few hours to update, so I've never timed, but if I add an event, it's there by the next day on my Google Calendar. And that way, you don't have to be disappointed if Facebook doesn't tell me until the next day or something, or until it's like way too late for me to plan for it. Now, let's see, they do have these big foreheads too. I'll draw that. Foreheads sticking out. Just draw their bald domes first, and then I will add the hair. If I draw the cranium first, then I can be more confident when I draw the hair, because the hair should always be bigger. Pretty good. Maybe Vegeta's head is a little too big. Although he does have big sticking up hair, so it doesn't matter that much. It's gonna look like a big head anyway, but still try to be a little more accurate. Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough. Now, how the heck are their bodies going to be going? So if his neck is coming down like this, it's turning out, so spine is probably like this. Vegeta is more like this, because his neck's coming up this way. And if this is, maybe his spine would actually be a little bit further over. Okay. Working this out, working this out. Just need to reposition myself. Back's starting to hurt just a little bit. Not too much, but so his neck is like this. Maybe it would be more straight down like that. There, now that I know where the spines are, I can build the rest of these chest cavity around it. Also super buff, so it's got to be really big. Here's one pec. Let's see, I guess they should be squished together here too. Here's Vegeta's one peck. Here's a collarbone. And his collarbone will be going back like this. If I can just fill this in and call it good. Thank you. I'm doing amazing. Thank you. I'm hanging in there. I honestly did not think it would take this long to get this sketch done. Because I've been imagining it since last night, so I was like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I want to do. That's always how it happens, though. Always seems so easy, and then I actually go to work on it, and it's like way harder. Vegeta keeps looking too much like a little kid. I don't know why. Not a little kid, Vegeta. Maybe once I get their hair and their outfits on them. Okay, big, what are these, deltoid muscles. And the pecs come out like this. Actually, Vegeta's pecs should come out like that. Insanely buff, these guys. That's pretty good. Yay! Now I can put their outfits on them. I don't know what I should have them wearing, if I should have them wearing their... I guess Goku always wears his... he's always wearing his fighting outfit. You were telling Jeff the same thing. He makes it look so easy to draw digitally, but if you tried that, it would be a different story. I always find digital drawing even more difficult than physical, even though I have one of those nice tablet monitors where you draw directly on the tablet. It's still really hard. It takes me like twice as long. Seeing how long this is taking, I mean, that's a long time. Yeah, he's really good at digital. He's really good at just do it. Just create something. He just starts with a blank canvas and then, boom, 4 hours later, a complete piece. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's do their hair. This will start with Goku. This is what's really going to make them look like themselves, because their hair is it's so stylized. It's extremely different from most anime hair. It's just these big blocks of hair. Yeah, it already looks like Goku. So satisfying. Spike out the back. So it's a lot smaller on this side than this side. Goku's hair. Two spikes right there, and then another really big one. And a littler one coming up. And then it just curves around his head like that. And then the upways spikes start, which can't even really fit in here. Huh. Well, I guess that should be it for Goku's hair because Vegeta's hair is going to cover it up. Oh, you're heading back to work now. I hope you have a great day at work. And thank you for the chatting. Time flies when I chat with you. I'm so happy you've been able to join me. Okay, switch to Vegeta. Oops, wrong way. Ah, his eyebrows aren't quite right. Need a... There we go. There we go. Now, let's see. Vegeta's hair curves up like this. Got a little line right in his forehead. The hair starts right from there. And then the sides curves up. Guess I made his eyebrow a little too long. There. Curves up a bit. And it's like that. Goes straight up his head. There. And he also has these things, these indentations where his, what is this, your temple? These indentations where his temple is. And now, time for the side spikes. And I drew Vegeta so many times in high school. Drew and drew and drew. So let's see. How's this? This is coming out like right here. Oh, I wonder how I got this little colorful dot on here. What about the back of his hair? It's kind of straight across the back of his neck. One little spike. Welcome back, Sarah. Perfect timing. Carleta just left. She had to go back to work. So I wasn't alone for too long. Yep, I'm still sketching. It's because I want to get them right. I want to get Vegeta and Goku right. Okay, it's not sticking out enough. It's going up too far. I'm almost to inking. They're not going to be fighting over pie naked, so I still have to draw their clothes. There we go. Yeah, it needs to stick out more. Then, this one doesn't stick out as far as that one. It goes up. Goes up and out like that. And this one just goes whoop, straight up. Okay, I think that's good enough for the hair. Clothes time, clothes time. They should totally be naked. You tweeted some Misty at me. Yay! Get to see a cute puppy. Oh, look at that as soon as I'm done with this stream. I hope you got some autumn leaves in there. I think that she would look so lovely in front of some autumn leaves. Sarah, now I'm tempted. Now I'm tempted. Dang it. Why did it do this to me? It would be so much easier too to just maybe I will. Maybe I will just draw them like this. I didn't mean for it to turn out like this. Oh well, it's okay. Jeremy's used to it. Jeremy knows what kind of person I am. He likes to make fun of me for it. Naked pie wrestling. Sometimes they just wear spandex bodysuits. That's true. That's what I was thinking of putting Vegeta in anyway. I guess the only problem is I'm not an expert at super buff anatomy. Ooh, you know what though? I bought a magazine specifically for that. Like a bodybuilding magazine. Maybe I should just get that out real quick. I'm gonna do it. I bought it. May as well use it. I'll be right back. Boom! Huge, massive bodies. Oh, that's a good reference. Rawr! Rawr! These are pretty much exactly what the DBZ character designs are. Is this. Even with the huge veins and everything. It's exactly what the DBZ characters are like. They look unhealthy. They do all kinds of stuff to actually, like they put oil on and stuff before they do their shows. Their bodybuilding shows. Hey, what do you know? Here's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Actually, that's a really good. But flexing up, it's not quite the same. Didn't think I'd be looking through this. I want this buff lady body. Maybe not quite so. Not quite so thin. I want to have some fat on me. I want to have a little fat so the kitties can have something to make bread on. This is a pretty good example. Oops, I knocked down my Inktober calendar. There. Okay, so there should be a circle right here. Yeah, I'm glad I got this out, because I am not an expert at this kind of body shape. So the deltoids are super defined. Triceps can't really see. Triceps are on the back of the arm. Triceps actually do more work in your upper arm than the biceps. And it makes sense because triceps means 3, biceps means 2. So let's see, right under their pecs. It's this kind of thing. Whatever these are called. I once knew. And their back muscles. Guess I need a more side picture for Vegeta. This first picture. Dang, this is the side picture, but his arm is in the way. Well, there's not much to it. This guy doesn't really have anything right there. So I guess I'll go back to this guy. Just add this stuff. What else? That's pretty good. So I can't see the forearms all that well, but it's not the same position as this either. Naked pie wrestling. I really like that. I really like that idea. Doesn't have to be Vegeta and Goku. I think it's just funny. You want this pie? Yeah, fight me for it. Better take your clothes off too. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh, I need some nips. Give him some nips. There. And some fingernails. The only fingernails you can see. Right there. Trying to show that Goku's getting squished up too. Okay. Got a lot of interesting reference material out today. A pie pan and a bodybuilding magazine. Yay! What shall I use to ink? I was gonna let myself use whatever I want. Maybe I'll just use my favorite nibs. Not this one. To be honest, I don't like this one at all. It doesn't seem... To me, the purpose of using this kind of pen is to be able to get a cool variety of line out of just one nib. And this one is like, yeah, it can do a tiny little bit of difference, but it's like you may as well be using a multi-liner type pen. Where is it? Oh, here it is. My G pen, my favorite. Twitch thought you were being naughty, Sarah. We are kind of being naughty, but I have the filter, they have the auto filter on high because I have no idea what people are like here. So I had to approve your message. I don't have any problem with your message. I will allow it. Mostly what I want to avoid is like hate speech type of stuff and bullying. Talking about a little silly naughtiness like this is not a problem. I can't wait. I can't wait for Jeremy to see this. Pretty sure he's not expecting naked pie wrestling. I should call it that. This piece title, Naked Pie Wrestling. It was too funny. It was your idea. Our synergy. Our synergy is amazing. Okay, here I go. Yeah, I would not even be making this stuff like this if not for all you guys joining me and chatting with me. I probably would have drawn something boring. I probably would have just drawn a slice of pie. That's it. Just get it over with quick. Instead, I was challenged, and I am trying to rise to that challenge. You still have Naked Hunter and Archer framed with your dolls. That was so long ago. Those were so long ago. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I can visualize both paintings. I need to be more diligent about cleaning my pen nibs. This one had a hard time starting. I think it's just because I left a little bit of ink on it, dry ink. It's working good now, though. Twitch is being so cautious. Allow. How much naughty artwork do you have of Hunter and Archer? Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do these lines with this pen. Just those. Well, maybe I can increase your collection a little bit. I've been wanting to practice drawing my Ikemen style, which is like in its infancy. I love the Ikemen style from Otome games. It's the best. Even there's totally different styles among that style, but it's still like, it's kind of like how there's anime style and there's tons of different anime style, but you still kind of recognize it. I don't know if you can hear it, but Kiva's doing some juicy meows. It's like, blah! I think he's at the top of the stairs. Heck yeah. Valen is the most likely to be naked. He would boycott clothes if he could. Well, that's good to know. You know, I still have it on my to-do list to do that big painting for you. And you wanted Valen last time, though if you want to change it, I haven't started on it. You want to change your mind about who you want. Still in my Habitica to-do list, do a painting for you. I think the biggest thing that's been keeping me from actually putting pen to paper or whatever is I just want it to be really good. Because that quilt you made for me is so good and we're still using it. It's still on the bed. I use it almost all year. Only when it gets super cold for winter I put on a different blanket. So I keep hesitating to actually start, even though I've done sketches and stuff over the years. But it's still on my to-do list because I still intend to do it. Maybe once I'm done with college, I'll finally feel confident enough. It's probably not what you wanted to hear. That I won't work on it until after college. Well, maybe I could work on it during college. There's some assignment that's perfect. Just do that as my assignment. Two things I never thought I'd draw together. Naked buff men and pumpkin pie. Fallon for homework. If I have an opportunity, that would be perfect. Get two things done at once. Oops, ran out of ink. Doing bumpy lines here to try to show the texture of the pumpkin pie. It's like a softer texture. Almost didn't make it. I managed to do that whole line. All these little details to show that the pan is messy from where the other pieces have been cut out. There's still little crumbs and stuff. Oh yeah, and I was doing a little bit of texture. This pumpkin pie always has a little bit of, tiniest bit of texture. Now, where are we? What have I missed on the outside? Anything? Oh, this bicep. The inking is going to take less time than the sketch. It's because of these dang hands. They give me such a trouble. Oops. Keep thinking I have enough ink and then it's just barely not enough. His eyebrows are black too, so fill those in. Their hair is also black, but I'm not going to fill it all the way in yet. I'll use a pencil later to mark out where I want the highlights to be. Their faces are so close. Now kiss. That's what I had thought of earlier. I didn't want to say it though, but I thought it. That's so funny. It's not the same thing. I guess it shouldn't be surprising or anything, but that's extremely amusing to me. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Now kiss. I love that. I love that that became a thing. It's not that often I get to point it out or whatever, but I love the chance. I don't know if I've ever drawn Goku before. He's never really my favorite character, even though it was him and his spirit bomb that made me fall in love with Dragon Ball Z in the first place. But I was like Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo. I guess I like the brooding type characters. But then I liked Gohan a lot after the Cell saga, and then he became the Great Saiyaman, and I loved him after that. Like, the Great Saiyaman was so funny. I loved that. I did not like Gohan at all when he was a kid, though. Except Goku doesn't know how to kiss. It's true. He'd have to... I don't know what he'd do. He'd just be like, what? What are you doing? Oh, why would Vegeta do that in the first place, though? Ah, it's because he could get the pie. Ah, he could surprise Goku with a little smooch. Steal the pie during his time of confusion. We're getting a nice scenario going for this pie image. We've got a nice backstory. You had such a crush on future Trunks. I did not forget. I remember. You used to have your name. You used to have your name him. I can't remember. It was like Trunks Girl or something. You know how we all had those. We all had those type of usernames. That was I smeared my ink. Whoops. I had Mika Maxwell for Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing. Oh well, I'm gonna have to use a little white ink right there at the end. Cover that little mistake. It's hard because I'm getting to this point where there's not much else I can ink while it dries. Just his eyes, I think. Fangirl Trunks, that's it. That's it. I think that was when I first met you. I think we met over DBZ or something. We had sites like those Yahoo sites or something. Tripod. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we met because of DBZ though. Duo was your favorite. I didn't remember that. I wouldn't be surprised if we hadn't talked about that though. Actually, what I'm trying to say is I would be surprised if we hadn't talked about that. Gundam Wing at some point in the past, because I still love Gundam Wing. I bought that big special edition set that came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to make it a marathon event, like my Harry Potter marathon. Only it'll be a Gundam Wing marathon. Let's see, I think his hair needs to come down a little farther right here. Just ink that in. Is that everything? Yay! I think that's everything for now. I'm gonna add some more details after I erase. So that's everything that I need to do for erasing. Let's see. Where's my big eraser? This page is in a state because I drew the hands so much. You could just see, well, maybe you can't on the screen, but I can see all these lines, the indentations, where I drew and I drew and I drew and I drew it again. These levels in Photoshop helps fix that. It's not perfect, but it really helps. Just want to make sure I don't erase anywhere that's still wet, though. I already have one smear, I don't want another one. Might be able to just cover that up when I ink that in and not even use white ink. Did I say anything important after Fangirl Trunks? I just said that I still love Gundam Wing, and I'm gonna have a Gundam Wing marathon sometime with all my fancy special edition Blu-ray set that I bought earlier this year, or maybe it was last year. I can't remember. I think it was earlier this year. I think it came out earlier this year. Still love that show. I don't know, I've never been able to get in, honestly, I haven't tried that hard, but I haven't been able to get into any of the other Gundam series. Gundam Wing is the only one that I ever was way into. And at first, when I saw the commercials on Toonami, that's how I got introduced to it, I was like, what the heck is this? But, you know, I was starving for anime, so I was willing to try anything. Because that was way before we had streaming sites and stuff. That was when internet was 56K. So I gave it a try and I loved it from the first episode. But then when the next Gundam series came out, Gundam Seed, I started watching it right from the beginning. And this was when torrents were first coming around with fan subs. Well, not first coming around, but first getting really big. But I couldn't get into that one. I think I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes and it didn't hook me. It didn't hook me like Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing was like first episode was so intense. You're afraid to watch Gundam Wing again and ruin your fond memories. I don't think you should be worried. I've watched it in my adulthood. Because I've had that happen with movies and stuff, all kinds of stuff. Cartoon movies or TV shows, live action shows, and I always thought they were amazing when I was a kid or younger, and then I watched them as an adult and I'm like, wow, I was such a kid. I would watch anything, I guess. But then there's other things that I've rewatched and I'm like, yes, this is the best. This is awesome. So like with Gundam Wing, I don't feel any regret about it or anything. Like, I find it just as compelling, even though I already know the story and stuff. And then when Duo loses his death scythe, and I'm always like, no, I'm like screaming with him. So sad. Oh man, that reminds me of a show I've been watching recently. If you have Crunchyroll, you should watch it. The second season has started, and it's just this little, I think they're 5 to 10 minute episodes, not very long, so you could get caught up in a couple hours. And it's called Space Battleship Tiramisu, and it's a total parody of all those space mecha shows. So especially like the Gundam shows, they even got the same voice actor, at least in Japanese, to do the narration. So like the narration part where it's like, space year such and such, this thing is happening. You know how they introduce the episodes like that in Gundam Wing. They got the same guy, and so it sounds like a legit space, and the animation is really good and stuff too. The voice acting is awesome. The jokes are hilarious. Like, I'm always screaming every time I watch the episodes, even when I watch them again, because I recommended it to the anime club that I go to on Sundays, and they started watching it, and I just laughed just as much, even though I've seen the episodes already. Since you liked Gundam Wing, you should at least watch that, even if you don't ever watch Gundam Wing again, because it was really good. It's really, really funny. Space Battleship Tiramisu. It's so... Oh, the jokes are so funny. They really break the fourth wall a lot in the new season. This season. This makes me laugh thinking about it. I'm probably a couple episodes behind now, too. Now I need to see how the highlights on Vegeta's hair go. Okay, so he usually has one right here. And there's some right here. Yeah, that helps give him that swoopy, like, cockatoo look. Cockatiel. Like a bird. Bird with its feathers up. And just a little one back here. Vegeta hair highlights. What about Goku? I kind of guessed on his, but maybe I should just look. Look and make sure. Okay, yeah, they're pretty much like I thought. They're just... I'll just bring them all the way over to this side. Big blocky highlights. Does have some on the rest of his hair though. Like right here. And across this curve. And right here. Sweet, back to inking, but I'll use my brush. Hopefully it's not too... Ugh. It's really stiff because I haven't washed it. Now it's a good thing that I've got my watercolor water still sitting here. So I could get this brush going. It's always so satisfying to fill in the big areas with black ink. Okay, I'm going to be careful of these highlights. Oops. Get out of the way, my pencil. Oh, no wonder my ears are starting to hurt from these headphones. been like, let's see, it got started around 12, so it's been 2 hours. Well, once I finish this, well, I'll have a few other things to do, but as far as actually drawing anything, I won't have to do anything until next week, because I'm taking tomorrow and Friday off. So everyone else in my household was doing it, and since I work from home, I can't stay focused if everybody else is just hanging out. Plus, I think I really need a little vacation, little staycation. So I've just had project after project for the last couple months. Good practice for school, though. That's probably what school's gonna be like next semester. Project after project, project on top of project. I'm really looking forward to it, even though I know it's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be so useful. There. Hoo-wee, Vegeta's hair is done. Now, Goku. Goku's turn. When do classes start? I think my first class is going to be on the 13th or the 14th of January. That's the week they start anyway. I can't sign up for my classes until the 16th of next month. So assuming I can get into all the classes that I want to, it'll either be the 13th or the 14th of January. So I still have a few months, or a couple months, like a month and a half before school. But I'm getting all ready. I already started, I put the classes into my Google Calendar, and then worst case scenario, I'll change it if I can't get into them. And that way I was able to put in blocks of time for travel to school and stuff like that, and also just be able to visualize what the schedule will be like, how much time I'll have between classes to get to where I need to get going, or if there'll be time to like go work on projects, go to the library or whatever I need to do. Trying to get it all sorted way ahead of time, and then it won't be too tough when I get started. I'll be all ready to go. Hit the ground running type of thing. I'm really excited because I got into the Books in Every Home program. I was given a permission code, and the professor who's leading the program, based on what I wrote to her about why I want to join and what I'm doing in school in general and why that makes me a good match for the program, she gave me the code for the 400 level, which is great because you need a certain number of 400 level classes to graduate. So I kind of felt honored by that, because that's her showing faith in me, even though we've only communicated over email so far. So it's really nice to have someone believe in you right from the start. She explained that the 400 level is more leadership stuff, and although I'm not particularly in the market for leadership experience, I definitely won't turn it down. I love leading projects, actually, so if that's the kind of thing I'll end up doing, then I'm happy. I'm happy to do it. There's still a lot I need to learn about the project, though, because all I know is what I've read on the project website, which is sort of just an overview type of thing. And then, of course, what the professor has told me so far. But that's just been really brief. You know, one paragraph in this email and that email. Okay, I missed Goku's eyebrow. How could I do that? You know what, though? I think the leadership position could actually be valuable to me because as a leader, you're often the point of contact for outside entities. And part of the reason why I wanted to go back to school instead of just do this stuff on my own without the education is the networking that you get in school. So I would love to be able to meet industry type people. So maybe this will lead me to that as well. Okay, now I want to re-evaluate the a little bit of graphite left over in the highlight areas that I marked off. Reese, welcome! Yay! I'm so happy to see you! Goku and Vegeta would fight over food. You know, this is Jeremy's idea. He told me to do this yesterday, and so I was like, okay, I'll do it. The prompt for today is slice. So he said that I should do Goku and Vegeta fighting over a slice of pie. It was Sarah's idea to keep them naked, though. I like that, too. Are you going back to school? Yes, I'm going back to school next semester. I got readmitted to Boise State earlier this year in the summer. Dang, I thought the ink was dry and it wasn't. Oh well, I'll fix it later with white ink. And I'm going to be going back not just to finish the illustration degree that I started. I'm also going to double major and get a degree in creative writing, which is actually perfect because that's what I was looking for when I was getting readmitted in the summer, but they didn't have any creative writing degree. But starting this fall, like the current semester that's going right now, they introduced a creative writing series of degrees, and it includes a certificate, I think, a bachelor's degree. Oh, there's like a Bachelor of Arts, and then there's a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and there's a difference, like the Fine Arts one has more classes, and that's the one I'm going for. And they even have a master's degree in it. So I was like, yay, it was almost like they put it out there just for me. They're like, oh, she signed up, let's make it live. Of course, that's not what they did, but it kind of felt like that. It just felt like a golden opportunity kind of thing. So, yep, I'm going to be double majoring, and I've got my classes yesterday and today. I've been getting my classes added to my shopping cart on the Boise State Student Center. So that doesn't mean it's registered yet. I can't register until next month, but I will have them all in the shopping cart, so when I go to register, I just have to click checkout. At least I hope that's how it works. If it's not how it works, I have them all written down by hand, too. So I'm getting ready, and I made sure to see an advisor to see what I should do, how I should proceed, what classes I should take and retake, because I have some poor grades. So it was really hard for me to go to school and work 40 plus hours a week at the same time. And my last semester, I just gave up. I couldn't handle it. I mentally couldn't handle it, so I have 2 Fs from that, so I'm retaking those next semester. I'm also taking just as many new classes. I'm going to have the upper limit of credits without paying extra. You can take up to 21 credits, but if you take more than 16, you have to pay $200 something extra per credit. And I'm like, no. Even though I really want to, I decided to see if some of these classes I can take during summer, and then that way I can still get them done pretty quickly. Let's see. Some areas I missed here. I think because the graphite was filling this in and I missed it. Once I erased the graphite, I could see that it was missed. It's also kind of exciting because it's not going to be the same school, but my youngest sister is going to be going to college for the first time. Same semester as me. She's starting in spring as well. So it's kind of nice knowing someone close to me who will also be working hard and learning. College education. I have to move my head a little bit to see because the ink is kind of shiny. It was perfect timing for you. Yep. I couldn't believe it when I saw it because I had resigned myself to this literature degree, which is not really what I want, because literature is more like the study of what's already been written. I wanted to learn how to write new things. Not that there aren't classes for creative writing, but an entire degree dedicated to that. It's also that's why I came to Boise State in the first place, was their illustration program, because it was the same deal with the school I was going to. I was going to Idaho State University straight out of high school, and they only had graphic design, which is not really what I wanted to do, especially the more I learned about it. I was like, I do not want to be doing a job in this. So I started looking around at other schools, and of course it's cheaper if you can go in-state. When I looked at Boise State, they had an illustration degree, and that was exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do animation. I didn't want to do graphic design. And of course I didn't want to do a more fine arts, traditional type of thing. I didn't want to do painting or something. Illustration is exactly what I wanted. So that's why I came to BSU, and it's like it's proving itself to me again. It's like the school is alive and showing that it is its perfect match for me by creating yet another degree that's a perfect match for what I want to do. More than ever, I have a vision of what I'm trying to get out of my college education. When I first went to college, more than anything, I was just doing it because, everybody says you have to go to college, and if you want a good job, you better go to college. And also stuff like women had to fight hard to get into college and be allowed to go to college, and so I didn't want to waste my forebears' efforts kind of thing. I even had that feeling going into college, but I didn't have direction. And I think that's why it was so hard for me for so many years to make progress. And then eventually I gave up. Now I have razor sharp focus. I know exactly what I'm trying to get out of the program. It's not just about, and it never was, but it's not just about getting the certificate or getting the degree, like the piece of paper. I want to get the networking. I want to get the actual education. I want to get input from professionals on my work, how to make it better, how to make it marketable, how to make a living off of it. You hated graphic design. But you graduated, didn't you? Didn't you do a 2-year program or something in graphic design, Sarah? I remember seeing you post like you had to make advertising kits and stuff. It was that kind of thing that I was like, no, that's not what I want. Reese, you do miss arts here and there. You ever draw anymore? I think I saw you posted something on DeviantArt this year. At least one thing. I kind of feel like maybe it was an older drawing that you did or something. You can still draw. You even have characters. That's something I've never really been able to do, is come up with characters. I'm better at just draw this one thing and that's the only version of it, rather than drawing the same character or whatever. Of course, I'll have to practice that a little bit, I think, well, I guess it depends on what I end up writing. If I write a story type of thing, I'll probably have to end up drawing the same character over and over, but I've also been thinking I could do a illustrated poetry book, kind of like Shel Silverstein, or however you pronounce it. Man, this is coming along pretty good. I think I should just do a little more. I'm just gonna go big. Go big. The shading for this side of his body. I'll do the same for Goku. That's cool. So that OC, so you submitted the OC to the fundraiser and they were able to get a new computer from it? How did that work? I've never heard of such a thing before. That's interesting. So it was the OC itself that was part of the fundraiser? I guess this should come farther back. I wonder if I should get my bodybuilding magazine back out. See how this shadow should be. I'll just use my imagination for now. I should try to finish this up pretty quick because I'm getting really hungry. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. But I also wanted to take my time with this and not worry about a time limit. Since it's my last drawing of the week, of any kind, not just Inktober. Taking vacation. 4-day Halloween weekend. It was a GoFundMe type thing. Oh, so you donated 20 plus and then did that sketch so that the artist could do a sketch of your character? Is that what you're saying? That's a pretty good idea. If you had enough artists to be able to handle the workload. liking how this shadow is turning out. The shading, I think it's turning out pretty good. I think I need to do a little bit more ink on the pie so that it stands out a little more. Give it a darker outline. It's not standing out enough. After all, this slice of pie is the whole prompt today. The prompt is slice. There, that's better. Just a little subtle difference. Ah, volunteer artists did the sketches. Aw, that's nice of them. Did you get your sketch yet? Did you like it? The sketch that you earned? And I think I might leave the big block shading like this. Or maybe I'll do a little bit more under the rim of the pie pan. So nice of Carleta earlier to take a picture of people fighting over a pie pan so that I could get the hands right. I was struggling so much. Now I'm really happy with the hands. Dedicated to Carleta. So many people are in this piece. So many people have helped me bring it to life. Let's see. Maybe a little darker line on their jaw lines. So you did or you didn't post it on Twitter? I'm confused. I'd be interested to see it, but I don't know if you're trying to say that you're trying not to show it or you're trying to show it. All these big buff guys got these huge neck cords. Gotta draw the huge Dragonball Z neck cords. That's what I call them. I have them visible now too. I've gotten in good enough shape. I've got my own neck cords now. This is turning out really good. I'm glad Jeremy suggested this. My piece would have been really boring, I think. Because to be honest, I've been doing so many ideas, running out of ideas. Not totally out, but kind of scraping the bottom of the bucket, I think. That's why I need this vacation, to replenish my bucket. My bucket of ideas. Oh, I get it. You don't want people to bother you about liking anthro art. I get it. Yeah, that sucks that people do that. Because there's nothing inherently wrong with furries or any of that stuff. And people like to point out all, they have all these not safe for work stuff. But even that isn't that big of a problem because everything in the world has not safe for work stuff. Like, it's not just these little niche things. Like, there's normal porn that exists. So why is it wrong when it's not real people. Not that I'm into the furry fandom or anything myself, but I just don't like it when people automatically hate something just because of it's almost like it's a fad to hate this or that. Because I remember people hated dubstep music when it first came out, and it was a huge thing to like rip on dubstep and say how horrible it is and like make fun of it. And when I heard it, because the first time I heard of it was because of people making fun of it in memes and stuff. And then when I actually heard dubstep, I'm like, I don't hear what's wrong with this. I think it's pretty cool. And now you hear it all the time. They're always doing that kind of effect in music, and pop music and everything. Because people do the same thing with just general anime and video games. They think it's just all a bunch of porn or something, and it's not. And it's too bad that you feel you have to sort of hide that, but I totally get it. I get why. You should definitely protect yourself. More than anything else, protecting yourself is the most important thing to do. Man, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think I'm just going to do my big outline. The big outline that I like to do around the whole outside, and then sign it and everything, and I'm going to be done. You've had to live with toxic behavior your whole life. Ooh, I understand that too. That's why I made it such a huge priority when I became an adult. It was very quickly a priority to become independent. And even though I didn't move out on my own for a couple of years, I was still paying rent at home as if I was, renting an apartment. I was already getting prepared for living on my own. And then when I transferred to Boise State, I wasn't even worried or anything. I just did it. Just did everything I needed to do and got out on my own. And it's been uphill ever since. So it's really important to do what you can to protect your environment. Yeah, it really sucks if you have to live in a place with toxic behavior. It just affects everything, It affects everything in your life. And then when you get away from it, and I can say this because I know I've had that experience, it's unbelievable how much better everything becomes. It's like you can't even really understand the extent to which a toxic environment affects you until you leave it. That's one of the things I'm really grateful for. I'm so thankful for my current life and situation, and I'm in a really good place. I'm really safe, surrounded by safe people. I can do stuff like this thanks to that. I have the confidence now. I have confidence now. If I tried to do streaming, I don't think I would have had the self-confidence to do streaming, say like 15 years ago, if that was actually a thing back then, which it wasn't. Let's see. Almost done. This turned out pretty good for not doing any practice sketching other than where I drew over and over and over to get it right. I didn't do any thumbnail sketches or anything like that. That's what I mean. If I had, I would have known to draw the pie plate a little lower, but this whole Inktober thing is just about learning anyway. Learning and practicing. Ah, there was one more thing I needed to do. Use a little white ink. Blot out these little tiny parts where I smeared the ink. It looked dry, but it wasn't. If I had done a huge smear of ink, it wouldn't have worked, but this was so small. This will work pretty good. There, that's good. I thought I was going to be done, but actually I do want to do a little bit of hatching. Oh, little kitty hair. Just want to do a little hatching on the pie and the pie plate, pie pan. Make it look like some shadow. See, I'm trying to think of how I should do the hatching. So I'll do it this direction. I love hatching. It's so satisfying. Just like that big block shading is satisfying. Gives such a nice effect, I guess. Suppose I should do it on this side too. Yay! I guess it's alright. Just gonna add a little more hatching on these guys, but I've already got quite a bit to show where their muscles are. That's probably good. Then that helps the pie pan stand out from the rest. The fact that it's got all this hatching on it. Just looking it over one more time. Make sure there's nothing I missed. Well, I think that's good enough. Time to sign. Time to sign it. Where should I sign it? I guess I'll sign it. Ooh, sign it right here. Oh, I did miss something. Nope, I'm not signing it. No sign. Carleta, welcome! Thanks for stopping by real quick. Hope you're not going to get in trouble. I'm glad you could see it. It's almost done. And look how good the hands turn out. It's definitely thanks to you. Thanks to you sending me that reference image. I'm so happy with how the hands turned out. There. I did the thick outline on Vegeta's arm, but I forgot to do it on Goku's arm. I noticed because I was going to sign it right in the arm. And then I noticed something was amiss. Just rinsing out my brush now. Try to rinse it out after every time I'm done with it so that it doesn't dry hard. Of course, I need to wash it properly after I'm totally done, or it will still dry hard. Okay, now time to sign. Time to sign, yay! my little signature mark. Oh, it's so small. That's okay. 2018, and then I'll just write it underneath Inktober 2018 day, day Halloween, day 31, slice. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Inktober is done. Yay, I survived. I survived this year. Of all the days I planned, so from the beginning, I planned to skip the weekends. I knew I just wouldn't do it. So I planned to do all of these. I just missed a couple on this week. And other than that, I did the whole month. And that is the best I've ever done. And I got the last day done too. I've never done the very last day. I'm so happy. Oh, and then for this, well, first I got to do some other stuff on my computer, but after work hours today, I'm going on vacation. Staycation. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should end it here. I don't have any more to add. So, oh, for anyone who thinks they might be able to make it, I'm going to start streaming on Fridays only for the rest of the year, unless I have more stuff to work on that I happen to think would work out. So I will be back on Twitch, not Monday as usual, but on next Friday. Thank you for watching.